I've done this video a couple times before, 2 times. You guys seem to enjoy it, so I figured I'd do another one. Let's get into stupid NFL draft picks. So, first off, we're actually going to start with a guy who is in the competition for the Heisman Trophy. J.J. Arrington was drafted over Frank Gore in the 2005 NFL Draft. There were some other running backs who also went before Frank Gore, but he was the closest pick to Frank Gore and played the least amount of ball. Arrington was drafted in the second round of the 2005 NFL Draft. Gore was drafted in the third round with the first pick in that round. And as we know, he had one of the greatest running back careers of all time. Opposite to Arrington, only playing to 2008. Gore played to 2020 and was one of the oldest running backs to take a snap. And he's definitely a top 10 running back of all time, if not top 5. Arrington's college days, though, he rushed for more than 2,000 yards his final year with Cal and still holds that record. He is one of 26 players to rush for 2,000 yards in a season in FBS history, but this success didn't translate to the NFL at all, as Arrington wouldn't even get a second contract with any NFL team and only rushed for 654 career yards. His best season was his rookie year when he ran for 370 and 2 TDs. There could be a debate for his 08 season to be his best when he would average 6 yards a carry on 31 attempts, but Gore is third all-time in rushing yards with 16,000. Now, the thing with Arrington is he was actually stuck behind Edgerrin James in his entire time in Arizona. I can't blame the Cards for playing James over Arrington, though, but I think it would have been good to see him break out when Edgerrin James was falling off in 07 and 08. But that didn't happen, and he was clearly a missed pick. The Redskins in 2007 would draft Landry with the 6th picks, 8 picks before Darrelle Revis went. Now, Landry did play safety while Revis was a corner, but I think you can still compare them. Landry was an All-American for the SEC coming out of college, and Revis didn't do the same for his respective conference of the ACC. Landry didn't have an awful career, though, in the NFL by any means, but he didn't get a second contract with the Redskins. He would record 4 total interceptions in 5 years, though, with the Skins, and had a couple of sacks. He would only play half of both 2010 and 2011. These were both due to ankle injuries, which felt to be an issue coming to the end of his career, considering a tear that came later in 2013. The tear led to a bit of a decline and pretty much the end of his career. He would play in 2014, though, and he did suffer a concussion late that season. 2012 was a year that he actually played with Darrelle Revis, as he played for the Jets and spent the last 2 seasons of 13 and 14 with the Colts. Now, a lot of us know Darrelle Revis was a beast and is now in the Hall of Fame. He's for sure a top 15 corner of all time, I'd say. Landry was solid, but the 8th pick failed to make a Pro Bowl even. The final pick is the Raiders taking Ferrel over Ed Oliver in 2019, and as you see, I have to use his college highlights just because he didn't do too much in the NFL. Ed Oliver has been a stud so far, even if he hasn't become an elite player quite yet. Ferrel hasn't really come close to what Ed Oliver has been, though, for the Buffalo Bills. Oliver reached a second contract with the Bills and has been very solid. And even though he's not an edge rusher, he's put up 25 sacks so far, and his career has been very successful. Even has an interception as a defensive tackle. Now, Ferrel played out his rookie deal with the Raiders and didn't get the 5th-year option signed. With his 4 years in Las Vegas, he put up 10 total sacks in 62 games. He had 115 tackles and a fumble recovery. The Raiders, being the Raiders, missed on this pick. Since then, Clelin Ferrell has joined the 49ers and also the Commanders, where he's been alright so far this season, but he is definitely more of a depth piece. Thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed a lot.